Psalm 9. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou Most High. When mine enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at thy presence. For thou hast maintained my right in my cause. Thou sattest in the throne judging right. Thou hast rebuked the heathen, thou hast destroyed the wicked, thou hast put out their name forever and ever. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them. But the Lord shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment, and he shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, Lord, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. Sing praises to the Lord which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. Have mercy upon me, O Lord. Consider my trouble which I suffer of them that hate me. Thou that liftest me up from the gates of death, that I may show forth all thy praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in thy salvation. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion, Selah. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. But the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Selah.
Sorry we're so long coming, Lord. Pappy and me had to take the boy over to get him a can of wing on him.
What was the matter, son?
They were chaffing me a little. They're fine now, thank you, Lord.
That's good. Now, you boys just sit down and make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you, Lord.
You is about the three best boys of the same family that's come up here since I made Little Apples. And I decided to turn over to your descendants the biggest and the best piece of property in the whole world.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutation. Hopefully, they got there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And what I want to get into today, is dealing with prophecy, things that are happening, dealing with this post-Trump, okay, America, and what we see happening, dealing with the reactions, dealing with all the moving parts, that surrounding, the Trump presidency, which is all leading, okay, to the MOTB, all right, World War III, and Yahweh Shai returning, and you see everything is heading that way. All right, this is where things are trending, okay, as far as prophecy, man. All right, and what we're seeing is the elites, have duped the masses once again, okay, by, propping Trump up to be this hero, this guy sent, American hero, okay, the whole, MAGA mantra, all right, and now we're about to see America, all right, be treated badly, Okay, in the grand scheme of things, you American citizens, man. Okay, you Edomites, all right, you niggas, okay, you nigger Republicans, you Christians, everyone is finna get dealt a bad hand over here in America, man, because America is going to be the worst of the Lord's judgment. All right, so we're watching the American civilization being dismantled right before our eyes. Okay, I got a few precepts and I got a few videos I want to get into, to go into some of these things. All right, just to see, the the social climate, all right, that's in the earth during this Trump presidency. Now, I want to go here. This Proverbs 25 and 19. It says, "Confidence in an unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint." Okay, because here it is, as people leaned on Trump, in these times of trouble, which, the elites, through these puppet presidents have created, stress on the economy, stress on, housing, food, okay, transportation, okay, a squeeze, a lot of layoffs, the squeeze on the middle class, okay. They've done these things intentionally. Then they presented you a hero that people leaned on, and now they're seeing that their hero is unreliable, man. Okay, now we're seeing people cry out. The same people that voted for Trump, all right, got fired by Trump. Okay, showing you that any type of trust in this man's society is unreliable, man, like a broken tooth or a foot out of joint. Okay, and Esau is going to show you that he's that unreliable, that unfaithful man. Okay, and people are going to constantly lean on this society because people want their old America back. People want that time of 3-4 vacations a year, and 2-3 cars in the driveway, gas tanks full, okay, barbecues on the weekend. See, they want that era back. It's not coming back. Okay, traveling, to see your son's college game, and see that era not coming back. Okay, Esau is bringing in a new era, the digital, man. All right, and he wants more control. All right, and he wants a complete surveillance on everyone. You see, this is Isaiah 36:6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt," and this broken reed is this broken system. Okay, because this system stopped benefiting you Americans a long time ago. Okay, a long time ago. Since the 60s, early 70s, America has slowly turned into, all right, a dictatorship. Okay, America, all right, has been a major scam played on you Americans, man. All right, and you Edomites, their white privilege that you have has been dwindling. You see, and now the whole society, okay, especially in the West, but over here in America, is feeling their squeeze. This whole system is broken, all right, and it's not meant to be fixed to benefit, all right, you citizens, man. This is why you people are constantly disappointed, because this government, all right, is not for your benefit. This government benefits the billionaires, all right, and the super elite and the rich. Okay, it doesn't benefit the citizens, the working class. Okay, the working class are nothing but the battery for these major corporations. Okay, that's why they condition you to consumerism. Okay, and we're going to get into all these things, man. Okay, so reading on, it says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it," and that's going to be that sea hip. Okay, so if all you know is dependence on this society, and see, the only people that can look beyond this current age is the elect, because we believe in the whole new age after this, man. All right, under Yahushua. Okay, the only people that believe, all right, in the new age, the true new age, okay, beyond this, okay, that's not within, all right, the reality that Esau has given the masses, are the hopeful elect. Okay, so the masses of the people, they only see what's right in front of them, man, and their thing is to try to fix, okay, this broken system, which is not meant to be fixed. It was meant to be broken. Okay, it was meant for Esau to attempt his new world order and for this place to be destroyed. Okay, it was never intended for this place to be fixed. All right, and it says it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, to all that trust in him, man. Okay, so leaning on this man and trusting in this man is leading you to that sea hill. Okay, which is going to be punishable by nuclear fire, man. Okay, yep. Let's get a couple of these the brothers got, and then we'll get this video. I'm going to cue this video up. You know, the why for you brothers posting scriptures. You know, a few sisters tuning in. But let's get this real quick. Okay, this is it's the brother Corner Waff. GMS prayer always hopeful elect. Sirach 14:7 says, if he do it good, he do it unwillingly. All right, because Esau's intent is not to help anyone, especially the elites of Esau Edom. Okay, it's not to help the common man. Okay, so you might, get a break or two. You might enjoy, a few phases, of your life. Okay, well, this man, when he does things, when he gives you something, when you feel like you got a break, this man do it just to gain your trust. Okay, like they even have talks about another stimulus check, could come out, because of all the money that they're saving, from the Doge, slashing, different government departments and agencies and workers and cutting U.S. aid. So some of that money might flow into Americans' pockets, which even if they happen, hey, it'd be cool. All right. But at the end of the day, we know that this is not this man doing this out of the goodness of his heart. Okay. It's always a scheme behind everything this man does. This man doesn't do nothing haphazardly. Okay. Or out of the goodness of his heart, because he doesn't have any goodness in his heart, man. It's all wicked. Okay. It says, and at the last, he would declare his wickedness. And see, now we're at the time where all this wickedness is coming to the surface, man, what he's been doing for decades, even going back to almost a century, as we went into the technocracy movement, which was started in the 1930s, man. Okay, and they full steam ahead with agenda that they had in the 1930s. So now all these things, all the chickens are coming home to roost. Okay, and this man is being more and more straightforward with what he's establishing in the earth. Okay, let's get this. This is brother Yahweh, the hopeful leg 3, Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? All right, take balm for her, if so she may be healed. Okay, you see, and the Lord, he's making mockery of America, of Babylon. All right, which is America being in the fallen condition, man. Okay, and we're seeing this place being dismantled. Is not going to be rebuilt. Okay, it's not going to be built back up. Okay, this is the Lord throwing down. When you go to Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4, verse 9 said, "We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto the heaven, and it is lifted up even, all right, to the skies, man." And this the Lord, all right, the driving force, all right, behind, the destruction, the dismantling, the poverty, the hard times, niggas crying about eggs. Okay, all these different things that's happening. The Lord is the driving force behind all these things, man, because the Lord has his eye on Babylon, man. Well, brother can get that, the eye of the Lord on the sinful kingdom, because initially it was speaking about us. All right, now it's America, man. Okay, and this sinful kingdom is being judged. America's being judged for its wickedness, man. All right, and the elites, they think they're in the driver's seat orchestrating, this controlled demolition. But nah, man, the Lord has them on their time, and the Lord gonna turn the knob up past a level, all right, that the elites didn't intend it to. Okay, the Lord gonna slap the controller out the elite's hand, and he's gonna fully take control of the judgment, okay, of this place, man. Amos 9:8 said, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth." And this was speaking of us. You know, this is why we don't exist as a kingdom in the earth anymore, because we, all right, got out of pocket. Okay, all right. But this time, it's speaking of America. We can apply this to America today, man. It says, saving that I would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, which is the remnant, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. You know, so the Lord would always, you know, have a remnant preserved, you know, in the midst of judgment. Okay, so let's go here. And this guy, and that was a scripture by the brother Corner Waff, you know, GMS prayer always hopeful, elect. But this is a guy, and he's going into, you know, what we're seeing real time with this whole Trump Elon duo. Okay, they're pretty much just stepping out on the scene now. All right, and they're not running the show from the shadows anymore. These billionaires and, you know, these elites. Okay, they begin to step on the forefront, and they're just throwing their weight. Okay, in the government, showing you who's been in control the whole time. Okay, the government does the bidding for the corporations. The government doesn't work for behalf of the people. That's why the people are always getting shammed. Okay, you remember, we're paying off their debt. Okay, their money is for what they want to do. Our money is to pay off their debts and their ventures. Okay, from military to entertainment. Okay, to infrastructure. Okay, to payroll. You see, that comes from worker wages. Okay, while these devils do what they want with their money. You know, over $2 trillion invested in AI, and even some of this taxpayer money, man. You know, damn devil. But let's let this play. I got a few videos, and we'll go from there.
Donald Trump has opened the door, and the billionaires have stepped out of the shadows. They're no longer controlling politics from the back room. They're out there in full view, utterly shameless, controlling politics from the front. And the little you possess, they're coming after that too. Elon Musk has a fortune of over $400 billion. But now he's in charge of this extra governmental agency called DOGE, whose point is to slash spending right across government. And he says, yeah, we have to live within our means. That's why we need to cut this spending. No, he doesn't mean we, he means you. Elon Musk won't be cutting spending on the military-industrial complex. It won't be cutting spending on the vast military aid to Israel to pursue its genocide. It won't be cutting subsidies for billionaire-owned businesses, including Elon Musk's own businesses. Oh no, the purpose of the spending cuts which Musk and Trump are trying to force through is to cut taxes for the ultra-rich, cutting the spending which will benefit the working classes and the middle classes in America. Never has class war in the modern era been so blatantly and crudely waged. This is the billionaires against the rest. And though they are few in number, the billionaires are winning. It's so crude, it's so blatant, it's so obvious. But because they've found this cast iron means of distraction, people aren't seeing it. And the distraction is the oldest trick in the book, scapegoating. You point the finger elsewhere. But you can see the villains. They're there in plain sight. They were there sitting beside Trump at the inauguration. Those are the people causing the problem. But no, it's the immigrants. It's the Muslims. Disabled people. Oh, yes, the disabled people. They're going to take your money away. There's an endless list of possible scapegoats so you could point the finger at. And what Musk and his ilk have discovered, these conflict entrepreneurs, is that what counts for their supporters is not whether they're gaining or losing, it's whether they're losing less than the designated outgroups. The MAGA diehards, and indeed the supporters of the far right everywhere, they don't mind how much pain they take as long as someone else is taking more pain, and that pain is being inflicted performatively and visibly. So you can see that person suffering. Yeah, I've got less money in my pocket than I had before because it's going to the billionaires. But that person, they're going to be thrown into Guantanamo Bay for having the temerity to be an immigrant to this country. And that's what you like to see. This
So yeah, man, these devils, have a mastered, distraction, okay, and scapegoat. Scapegoat, okay, to where they are able to say this is the problem, and then they show footage of them addressing the problem. All right, and then people look at it like, okay, they're doing something about the problem. Here it is. Wages are not increasing, but prices are increasing. But you look and see Issachar getting deported, okay, and you look at like you're celebrating, you're clapping your hands, okay. It's a major psyops that they do on the masses, man. While they do the real play right in front of them, you know. So these devils are great at that, man. They know how to throw somebody under the bus at the right time. Okay. They know how to, make this person be the problem or this department be the problem or this the problem. You have a crook telling you who the crooks are, man. Okay. Elon Musk has no moral leverage to be talking about government efficiency. Okay. All of them are crooks. You see, from top to bottom. You see, but they allow this group of crooks, to throw this group of crooks under the bus, and people think that these people have their best interests in mind, like there's something being done. This whole thing of Trump, clearing the swamp, and if you're on the surface level, that's what it looked like it's doing. But no, man. Okay, they're just pointing the finger in other directions while they roll out this technocracy, man. Okay, so let's play some more.
This is a pseudo-populism which covers up the realities of the great heist which is being perpetrated on the ordinary working and middle-class people. You point to the scapegoat and people say, yes, kill the beast, but the beast is the one speaking to them. When Musk gave his 2 Nazi salutes, and let's face it, these were Nazi salutes, let's not pretend, there was this endless debate in the media. Did he really mean it? I mean, is that what he was really intending to do? Perhaps it was just an awkward gesture. I mean, he is a bit of an awkward guy. Hang on, just look at what he says. Look at who he aligns with. Look at his support for the neo-fascists in Germany. Look at his support for Tommy Robinson, this fascist agitator. Look at the way he's constantly trying to whip up civil war, which he hopes the far right will win. What is that, if not fascism? I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter what you call it. You can stick labels on and you can not stick labels on. But what we see is someone who is directly attacking all our interests and trying to create a system which works for the billionaires and the billionaires alone. Musk, Trump, and their like, they will not be happy until the billionaires have everything.
Now, stick with me for the next 90 seconds, and I'll actually show you how. Because here's the deal. Most of the action in the markets actually have...
And we have nothing. So in the past, the billionaires, the oligarchs, they stayed in the shadows. They secretly funded the fascists, the Nazis, to do their dirty work for them. But now they've come out in the open. They don't need to be afraid anymore because the age of shame is over. They can overtly support Trump and the other far-right demagogues. They can line up, they can attend his court, they can kiss his ring. In fact, they feel obliged to kiss the ring. And this is what we're seeing with Mark Zuckerberg, a man of no clear fixed morals anyway, but someone who is absolutely happy to prostrate himself before Trump to help pay for Trump's inauguration in order to appease him and make sure that Trump doesn't come after him. Please don't hurt my business. Please don't restrict my monopolistic model because it does very nicely for me. Thanks, Mr. Trump. Great. We're all on the same side. Team MAGA. Okay? Team MAGA.
We're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more.
We thought we had it bad enough with the established media moguls, people like Rupert Murdoch, people who use their massive economic power to try to drive society towards the right, drive it towards friendliness to capital. But what we now find is that these social media moguls, they are even more powerful because they can get deeper into our minds. They recruit us against our own interests. They are able minute by minute to influence the way we think, to drive into the forefront of our minds the issues that they want us to concentrate on. And Elon Musk is totally unashamed about this. He used his platform to help elect Donald Trump. He has used it to become a kind of unelected co-president of the United States. Mark Zuckerberg, he has made it absolutely clear that he's going to do Trump's bidding as well, and in some ways is just as dangerous, even if he isn't so overtly evil as Elon Musk. These people have unprecedented power. They make the media moguls of old look like pussycats by comparison to what they are able to do. The psychological warfare that they can wage is something which democracies are completely unprepared to combat. One of the things which these tech oligarchs have been able to do is to create a global model which can be rolled out simultaneously globally. At least in the old days, you might have some fascist states which might be opposed by some non-fascist states. But the real fear now is that they're able to just create a fascist globe. There's no state which is going to combat that because they all get captured by the same tech oligarchical capital nexus, which dominates in the United States, in Italy, in Hungary, in India, in Argentina, in so many parts of the world simultaneously. And it's the same model, they don't have to invent anything new. In fact, they use these international networks whose precise purpose is to roll that model out. Like, for instance, the Atlas Network, which brings together all these extreme right-wing so-called think tanks, these lobby groups acting on behalf of corporate and oligarchic capital, and it comes up with strategies. It says, here is how politics is going to change. And we can apply this strategy whether we're in Argentina or whether we're in Hungary. It doesn't make any difference. It's the same approach. We can see Trump as some kind of alien who's landed from another planet and is just tearing our politics up. Or we could understand him. I see him as the product of a long-running political force called neoliberalism. And neoliberalism, which has dominated our politics since the 1980s, tells us government shouldn't solve your problems. We should leave that to this magical entity called the market. It's not really a market at all. It's actually just economic power. And
I want to get the definition of neoliberalism, all right, so we can understand what he's going into real quick, all right. And this is pretty much the foundation of technocracy, because what we're seeing them do is, remove the concept, okay, of government officials, okay, a governing body, the House, the Senate, the Congress, okay, the Supreme Court, all right, to where these corporations run the earth, okay, what you call the oligarchy, which are rich families, all right, that are in control, all right, which the banking families have been in control, for centuries, you see. But now you have all these, these umbrella, these lower luminaries, okay, your Jeff Bezos, your Gates, your Musk, okay, that class, all right, of other super rich. All right, they want to just completely, all right, sidestep government, okay, and run the world, man, through technology, man, through technology, okay, and consumerism. When you're going to get that, it says neoliberalism. This ideology postulates that the reduction of state interventions in economic and social activities and the deregulation of labor and financial markets. So they're saying, because right now the government is able to regulate certain markets, okay, is able to regulate, certain corporations. You got to have, your OSHA, because OSHA is a government entity, okay, that goes around and is able to fine, corporations if they're not up to certain OSHA regulations or OSHA standards. Okay, so all these different standards, the pharmaceutical industry has to deal with, certain standards, which we know that's heavily corrupted. So it's almost non-existent anyway, but they want to do away completely with having to go through government regulations and restrictions to do business. Okay, They don't want government, like government setting a minimum wage and government setting overtime rules. And no, they don't want government to have anything to do with their private business. Okay, that's sums up a neoliberalism. It says, as well as the commerce of investments have liberated the enormous potential of capitalism to create an unprecedented era, all right, of social well-being in the world. And they talk about the well-being of the elites, okay? That's the only thing that would benefit, all right? Because, you have so many hours you can work, where it's you got governments and state officials that set those limits, set certain restrictions on companies, the workforce and, the pay and time and a half for overtime. Okay. So neoliberalism, they want to remove all of that. Okay. And it just be the corporation and the people. No government, all right, interference. Okay. So let's go back to that. Just wanted to go into the term neoliberalism.
Fortunately, politicians of all stripes have succumbed to this hegemonic ideology. And in the US, after a while, it ceased to matter whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. You were a neoliberal. Bill Clinton was a neoliberal. Barack Obama, a neoliberal. Hillary Clinton, a neoliberal. Joe Biden, a neoliberal. Kamala Harris, a neoliberal. They all basically, with some variations, stuck to that neoliberal script. And when governments will not make the interventions required to solve poverty, to solve environmental crisis, to solve the housing crisis, to solve the health crisis, to solve the education crisis, well, then people give up on them. They say, we don't want conventional politics anymore. We want a maverick. We want someone unconventional. We want someone who's going to rip up the rule book because the rule book is not working for us. Now, of course, the paradox is, as a result of the corruption of politics by money, you end up with the ultimate corruption of politics by money, which is Donald Trump. These new demagogues, they don't in any way solve the problem, but you can see how they are a product.
This is what Ivy League universities you can get into with a 3.6 GPA.
90% of students with
of the problem. There's one thing you could say for Donald Trump. He plunges in there. I mean, he plunges in there in an evil and horrendous way, but he's determined to change things, to change the whole system. But throughout the time, when the Democrats have been in charge, when Labour has been in charge here, they've been saying, oh, we can't change the system. No, the most you can hope for is a bit of incremental change, but not so much that you actually interfere with the profit-making machine. We can't change society. We can't change the basis of the economy. We can't change politics. They're constantly telling us to want less, to expect less. And what Trump is constantly telling his supporters is more and more and more.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so.
That's a big one. So this is a big one. That's a big one. Okay, that's a big one. That's a good one. That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh?
But one thing Trump has shown is you can do a lot in politics if you choose to. So why is it that the liberals and the centrists choose to do almost nothing, while people like Trump try to do almost everything? There's something to be learnt there. The only way we're going to...
Yeah, man. So let's get this, all right? Because what we're seeing is let's get this real quick, and then we'll go into Isaiah 19 and segue to the next video. So let's go here. I had posted it. When you go to Revelation 13 and 11. Yep. This Revelation 13 and 11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. All right. And he had two horns like a lamb. And this beast, all right, America, they had two horns like a lamb, Republican, Democrat. All right. And these two different, entities that, they come, peaceful. They come as if, the Republicans are saving you from the Democrats. The Democrats are trying to save you from the Republicans, and they just have your best interests. They make all these promises, these sweet things, these soft things that they say. Okay, these soothing words. They've been playing this game for decades. Okay, this bad cop, good cop, you know, this, incompetent leader, then this, very competent leader right behind him. So they've been playing, this psyops, of the false left-right paradigm for a while. Okay. And it was meant for Biden to get things so bad to where people just desperate for any type of change. And that change is going to be the new world order, a technocracy, man. Okay. Which you would need certain technology to operate in this technocracy. And that's going to be that CHIP. That's the technology that's going to be mandatory. Okay. It says, and he spake as a dragon. See, now we're going to see this devil speak more as a dragon. Straightforward. All right. And it's going to be very destructive. All right. The way that this man is getting ready to move in the earth. Okay. So let's go here real quick to, well, matter of fact, I'll say that after this video. Let me get this. Okay. Because now this is the reaction. Okay. From people, after Trump, is making his moves. Okay. Now you're getting a reaction, out of the masses, man. So let's play this. All right. And you Edomite, you Joe Six Packs, you're 2-time losers. Okay. And what you're seeing in your elites, your elites. Okay. If your people don't give a damn about you. Okay. And you're getting ready to lose. You Joe Six Pack Edomites are finna lose on a major level. Okay. That pride that you once had, you was able to boast in that white privilege and, just go through life as a big party and still winning. Like, nah, them days are over, man. Okay. And now, all this hypocrisy, that you've been spewing, with the immigrants and, this all this complaining Karen been doing. See, all this shit coming home to roost. Okay. And you people, you Edomites act like you grew out the ground here, like you didn't steal the land. Okay. Like you didn't great rob and murder. Okay. And steal, like you didn't migrate here. Okay. From the other side of the earth. Okay. With the sword and the Bible and sweet Jesus. Okay. So everything is coming home full circle, man. It's beautiful to see it play out. And we got front row tickets to the demise, the fall of America, man. A brother can put that, some rock. I think it's 25. The fall of see the fall of the enemy. I think it's 25 and 7. So rock 25 and 7 Bob and Shaw. I think that's it. If a brother can post that. Well, let's let this play. We'll jump around. I'm gonna skip one page apart. All right, but just listen to, the complaining.
Trump is doing. But that's going to leave all of these manual labor jobs without workers. Well, who do you think is going to do that work now? Who do you think is going to have to do all of those jobs that migrant workers have been doing for next to nothing? It's you. It's you. That's the new gig economy. Picking fruit, washing dishes, cleaning hotel rooms, day labor, landscaping. Oh, did you think that they were telling you that you don't need college or that college is pointless because of neo-Marxist postmodernism and critical race theory? Is that what you thought? Turns out it was because they didn't want you to be overqualified to pick oranges. They didn't want you to think that you were too good to work at a warehouse. They didn't want you to assume that you could make a livable income on just one job instead of 2 or 3. See, the people on the upper decks of the ship, they know that the ship is sinking long before the people in the steerage, and they have first access to those lifeboats. The elites have known for quite some time that America is going under. And they've already made their plans. They've already made their arrangements. And they made very different arrangements for you.
Have you ever seen the magic glasses that can see clearly without glasses? This glasses can not only see far away, but also see near. This smart zoom glasses from Japan are really great. No need to wear lenses. The degree can be used from 100 degrees to 700 degrees. The glasses will automatically adapt to your vision, can see clearly far away and near, and are very comfortable to use.
You've been slotted to go down with the ship.
As somebody who covers food distribution, sustainable agriculture, and local food economies for her work, I think that we in America are in for a real rude surprise when it comes to the cost of our food and the limitations to the kind of food that we are going to have access to over the next few years. I realize that everybody who voted for the Cheeto thought that their grocery prices were going to fall. And well, frankly, that was foolish of them to expect that. They thought they were going to sell out their brown neighbors and have them deported. And in exchange, they were going to get cheaper eggs. But they don't actually understand how agriculture works in America and who works our farms. So while we're seeing things like Arabica coffee and other imported foods shooting up in price, and the more conflict that the Cheeto manufactures with other nations, the more those prices will go up and up. The more tariffs get rolled out, the more those prices will go up and up. Because you know who pays a tariff? It's the consumer. It's us, the American people. It's not the nation we're buying goods from. It's not the Cheeto. It's us. So when he slaps on tariffs because some country hurt his fifis, that raises the prices for you and for me. But also, we are seeing farms across America halting harvests. In many states, including Texas, here in Oregon, much of the South, as much as 50% of our farm laborers are undocumented. And they're not showing up to work right now because they're afraid of getting raided by ICE and getting deported. California just announced a halt on citrus harvesting. They don't have any workers. Strawberries in Florida. Crops all around America are rotting in the fields. And more of them will. Because I guess our racism matters more than actually having food to eat. We are really willing to cut off our nose to spite our face here in the US, to scapegoat immigrants at the cost of our own food supply. Well done, America. And I have yet to see any Trumpers who are willing to quit their job and take a minimum wage job or a job that is paid by the pound. So good luck on you folks who've never worked in agriculture, picking fast enough to even make enough money to pay for your commute. So we're going to see imported foods become more and more expensive. People will be priced out of affording those foods. And comparable foods will not be available in the US because we have nobody to plant and tend and harvest, much less process those foods. Good luck with the price of beef now that you are starting to deport all of our slaughterhouse workers. Say goodbye to that roast chicken dinner. Everything is about to get much more expensive, and what is available on grocery store shelves will be far more limited. For those of you that were fine throwing your brown neighbors under the bus because you thought it was going to get you cheaper eggs, welcome to the find out phase.
When white folks say black people.
So now, all right, you know, you have this agriculture industry, which, and that's another thing, you Edomites, you know, addressing you American Edomites, you Joe Sixpacks and you Karens. You see, you've been, you know, telling Issachar to go back home and they're invading and they're taking our jobs. Well, now the jobs are being opened. So now you can go out there, all right, and work, all right, in agriculture, okay? Or you can go work in construction. All right, here it is. You devils, okay, with an apple in your hand picked by Issachar. All right, you're living in the house built by Issachar, okay? Your neighborhoods, all right, landscape, okay, is maintained by Issachar, but you're telling Issachar to go home, okay, because you don't have a clue how the earth works. You know, you're just so, you know, drunk, you know, off the, you know, the convenience of Babylon. You don't understand how the system works, okay, and it makes sense that they push this whole deportation thing to even scare, you know, the undocumented immigrants from going to work. You know, to create, you know, this ripple effect, you know, of certain harvests, you know, of the farms, because only 1.8% of the American population are farmers. 1.8%. Okay, that 1.8% is responsible for feeding, okay, the rest of the 98%. Okay, so that's a very fragile, all right, food supply. All right, and that's how the elites wanted it. You know, they wanted it fragile so it could be easily broken. You know, so that's something that's in play, and we'll see, all right, how this play out. Now I'm gonna skip this guy. You know, let's see, go here. Okay, let's go here.
Good luck.
Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's Ndagere here. So guys, yeah, today's video, it is white people that are calling out their own because it's getting messy and messy every single day. And the amount of white people that have been saying coming up and really talking about the shit that they're going through is ridiculously funny. And okay, I don't want to be like laughing about situations of people, but the fact that these people are the ones that were supporting the person that they voted for, and now they are complaining about the things that they are going through, is insane. Is insane.
What do you mean? That it never had to be this hard for us? Like, what do you mean in other countries they don't have to spend 20% of their paycheck on groceries? What do you mean in other countries everyone can own homes because they're not paying $2,000 a month in rent, or that their mortgages aren't like their entire paycheck?
Because that's by design. These are all manufactured problems. Are you a consultant, coach, or professional who wants to attract clients, secure speaking gigs, or grow your revenue? Since you've already...
Y'all had to get on an app made by the Chinese to learn that. But when Black people were trying to tell y'all this...
Dry up them fucking crocodile tears, Sarah. I don't want to. I don't care. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because Black people have been telling y'all for fucking decades. We have been protesting. We have been doing everything for all these fucking decades. And y'all have sat back and reaped the rewards thinking y'all was a part of the club because y'all was white.
You should be putting up with whatever like your person is putting up because it is what you wanted to have, right? And then I saw this video of a white old woman that was like, you know what, the reality is, as Americans, we cannot really survive without immigrants in this country. Like, that is facts.
Not gonna have anybody get the food. I remember 10 years ago, they were looking for workers to pick strawberries. No white people pick strawberries for any price. No price. No price.
I like when I see these people realize that without the help of other people, they really can't stand in their country. I've shared videos where palmed people voted against Obamacare, came out after, realized it was something that was benefiting them, and they were sad on how it's being taken down when they voted for this same person that is taking these things down. The same thing when it came to womanhood, rights of women, same thing. They voted for someone who is not really in care of women's rights and all that. Same thing when it came to the DEI. They thought it's for Black people, it's for immigrants, but then they also realized it's actually something that they benefit from. The same thing when it comes to the people that they want out of their country, immigrants. The amount of videos seen of white people complaining about how they can't access food now at a cheaper price. They can't get groceries. They can't really get things done. I've seen places like Walmart are being boycotted because they are in support of what Trump is saying about the DEI. And people don't want to associate with such organizations. Like, there's a lot of chaos. And then these people will come on the internet and complain. I'm like, what do you guys want? Like, you should just be happy that this is the person that you wanted and they're doing the things that you voted for. I mean, he was very clear. He is going to make your America great. This is the America that he is making to be great. I mean, you've seen him threaten, you know, countries like Canada that are good partnership with the US, countries like Mexico, countries in Africa, countries like the leader they voted for is really showing what white people are. And they do not want to accept that that's who they are as a people because they've always been putting this persona out through their media to portray themselves as organized and mighty and all that. But then I feel like they've reached a point where they see that literally we can't really survive on our own. So let's try to kick out these immigrants and see if our people can take on these jobs. But no palmed person is going to accept or is willing to even take up on these jobs that they say these people are taking away from them because they do not have the skills, they do not have the qualities, they do not have that energy. And I saw like Black people are making fun like, oh, when you guys get outside in the field, you're gonna be cooking because this sun is gonna be cooking you all. And I was laughing, I was just like busting. It's just funny.
Hey, white people, I heard them orange fields was open for y'all to go work now. They took all y'all's jobs, now they gone. Y'all jobs is wide open now. You about to go pick an orange? Somebody said you can't even last in the sun. Ooh, what kind of spirituals y'all about to sing? All them jobs is wide open for you, baby. Go get them. Y'all about to go clean them hotels. Y'all about to do all types of stuff. They get paid by the pound. Y'all gonna need unions, AC breaks, 15 minutes. Y'all gonna cook in that motherfucking sun. This what y'all voted for. This what y'all voted for. Oh, they was taking all the jobs. You should be rolling in the dough right now. All them jobs is open. All of them. Go get them. Go get them in the sun. I want to see y'all. I want to drive by in my shit and see y'all in the fucking field picking oranges. That's what the fuck I want to see.
This Italian method.
Yeah, so Edomites, all right, finished. Okay. You know, they did all this complaining and they don't understand, all right, that this system, part of white privilege is that you had, all right, what you call the minority doing all all right, the grunt work. Okay, this is why you able to enjoy your white privilege, all right, for decades, because you had the what you call minorities, ultimately the tribes, doing all the grunt work. Okay, and you devils are not a standalone people. Okay, you need, all right, you're a parasitic people, all right, and you need a host to feed off of. Okay, and you've been feeding off the labor, okay, of the masses, man. Okay, for forever. All right, since since the Renaissance. Okay, for them to enjoy, all right, sugar in their tea in Europe. Okay, you go through the triangle slave trade. All right, guess what? Those fields, those sugarcane fields, had to be worked by Jake. Okay, for the elites, the elite Edomites in Europe to enjoy, sugar in their tea. Okay, or to have their coffee and sugar in the morning. Guess what? They're dependent on the labor of Jake. Okay, everything that you Edomites enjoy, all right, is based off the labor of the tribes. Okay, beginning with the labor of the tribes. You see, so you devils are in for a rude awakening. You devils finna suffer, man. You, from the elite to Joe Sixpack, all you devils finna suffer, man. And all you guilty as hell just because you're an Edomite. You're guilty. Okay, so let's get a few precepts. Let's go here. Let's get this in the book of Isaiah 19. Okay. Now, when you start here, it starts from the end, then it goes to the build-up, to Isaiah 19:1. So the Lord, there's a vision. Isaiah seeing the vision of Yahweh Shai coming back. Then he goes backwards, okay, to the atmosphere before Yahweh Shai came back, which, if a brother can get that in Sirach, not Sirach, 2nd Ezra 13 and 30. If a brother can get that, 2nd Ezra 13 and 30. So we're seeing, the fall of our enemy. Okay, and we're going to hear these everyday Edomites, all right, these Starbucks, all right, drinking Edomites. We're going to hear them, all right, complain more and more. This Sirach 25:7 said, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. Okay. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man to have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we're in that time. We're living in those times, man. These devils finna fall. It only gets worse for these devils, man. It only gets worse for these devils here on out, man. And if you're not with Yahweh Shai, it only gets worse for you. Okay? And you're not under the banner of Yahweh Shai. Lord, we're predestined. All right? And we fall under their order, their protection of the elect, their favor of the elect. But everything outside of that, man, is finna suffer. Okay? Because Jake laughing, and his ass finna be complaining too. These niggas finna be complaining too. While they're pointing and laughing at each other and, making TikTok videos about each other. All these niggas finna be through, man. Okay? Karen, Travante, Keisha. Okay? All these niggas finna be through, man. Okay? So let's and if you can post verse 31 too, bro. 2nd Ezra 13 and 31 too, Bob Bashar. Yeah, that's a good one too. That Baruch 4 and 30. You really can post the rest of that chapter. Yeah, bro. So yeah, let's get this in Isaiah 19. But yeah, that Baruch 4 and 30 for sure. You can post all the way up to the end. You know what I'm saying? We might close out with that one. This is Isaiah 19:1. It says, the burden of Egypt, all right, which is the vision, all right, that Isaiah seen. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai rideth upon a swift cloud. And this is Yahweh Shai, which is coming in the power and authority of his father Yahweh on their chariot. Okay, Revelation 19, all right, to wage war and righteousness. And shall come into Egypt, which is America. Hey, Yahweh Shai gonna visit America, man. He gonna pull up to America, man. Yahweh Shai himself coming to see about America, man. He gonna add to the nuclear destruction, man. America is on the way to overkill. Okay, it says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Okay, and the idols of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, man. Okay, because this whole infrastructure of America is all a satanic layout. Okay, it goes back to idolatry, Satanism. Okay, and it's going to be melted, turned to dust, turned to a desert. Okay, and this is why when you get Second Esdras, that's why I wanted to get this. You know, because what atmosphere is the Lord coming back to? It's Second Esdras 13 and 30 is the brother Prince Shanazar. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and the he is Yahweh Shai. So when he comes back, what's going to be, okay, the atmosphere? If a brother can post 31, Bible Shai. That's Second Esdras 13 and 31. I might can go grab it real quick. Okay, because it links up with what we're about to read in the second verse in Isaiah. Yep, the water, bro. All right, the GMS prayer always hope for elect. All right, Second Esdras 13:31, and he shall, it says, and one shall undertake to fight another. All right, it says that one shall undertake to fight against another, and it says one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. So it's going to be going down on all levels. Okay, and we seeing the tension constantly escalating and brewing. Okay, everybody's, you know, mocking each other. Everybody's, you know, trying to use someone as a scapegoat, and it's their fault, and people are going crazy. You know, they're being priced out of their lifestyles that they've been accustomed to. Okay, and as things get tighter, things are going to get more violent by default, man. Okay, so that's why you go here. All right, so before Yahweh Shai comes back, it goes into the buildup of the time that we're in, and it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Okay, your Americans against the Americans, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. All right, which that links with Second Esdras 13 and 31. Okay, it's going to be a very divided, violent, okay, grimy atmosphere, man. And you see, they're just the spirit now. People don't even interact with each other like that, man. Everyone is in their own little personal world, and as prophecy destroys, you know, people personal space and comforts, people are going to be frustrated because people are proud and entitled. Okay, they're going to be looking for someone to blame and someone to lash out against, man. Okay, and Esau has all these psyops and all these different narratives. Blame them. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's this, you know, it's these people. If it wasn't for them, see, we need, you know, he's going to have people, and pretty much he's doing a like a blanket MK Ultra on these people, man. You know, to where they're just going to be activated to destroy each other. Okay, verse 3 says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And you see, and that American spirit is falling, because America was just an idea. It was an illusion. Remember, the elites pimped the American society. They gave you this illusion of freedom and being able to, you know, benefit off capitalism and make yourself rich, and you know, you can enterprise here. You can start from nothing, and you know, all these rags to riches, you know, narratives that they push and shove it down your throat. Which, you know, yes, people have done that. People do that, but that's not the average. See, people, Esau with his media, he gets people so enchanted in, you know, this story and that story. But really, what about the average person? The quality of life for the average person has been diminishing since the 70s. We got a video going into that. Lord will, me and the brother tap into it next Tuesday. But you Americans haven't really got a pay raise since the 1970s. Okay, and that economist Richard Wolff breaks that down. You know, I say Lord will, mean a little little bro, nah. All right, we'll get into it next Tuesday on Ratazai. Okay? So that's that American pride and that American spirit and proud to be an American, that's beginning to fail because it was all an enchantment. Okay, America, people are turning to actual, witchcraft and, particular things. Okay, but the American idea itself was nothing but an enchantment, it was witchcraft, an illusion. Okay, the elites always wanted to get to this point. Okay, well, they gave you Americans so much convenience and liberty to party and, so much access and abundance and things, and you was able to consume. The American dollar was, strong for a while, and, the suburbs and, the nightlife and the entertainment, the professional sports and college sports and, these things became a culture. Okay, but now their spirit is falling. It says, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. Okay, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. And we're seeing, all right, the American public, all right, you American citizens are being given into the hand of cruel oversight. Okay, because just as Shahid Bosley made the point, that guy from Middle Nation, that Trump is just here to oversee the downfall of America. Okay, he's been put as a lord over you American citizens to manage the downfall of America, man, to keep you niggas in high hopes, sell you niggas dreams, keep you niggas laughing and, entertain you niggas while this place is being dismantled. Okay, it says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord. All right, the Lord Yahweh Bashim al-Shai of hosts. Okay, and this is the condition we see America in right now, real time. Okay, now I got another video. I said we'll close it with that Baruch brother guy Al-Ratazai. So this one, I'm gonna just let this one play. This one this is like a skit making mockery. This I know Apostle Gabar, he speaks on this guy George Carlin. When you hear the apostles talk about CTD, circling the drain, he's a guy that pretty much coined this for America. Now he's a comedian, all right, but he's he's an intellect as well. Like he can get serious and tear your ass up, when it comes to the debunking, the American illusion of freedom. So you can just look some of his videos up in your free time, George Carlin, which I believe he's a Jake. Okay. But he's gonna go in. It's funny, and it's vulgar. All right. So warning, if you got children listening, it's finna get real vulgar. If you got children listening. But it's funny, and it's pretty much all we can do is laugh, as the brother said. All right. I think a brother posted it. All right. I get it. But I'm gonna play this, then I'll seen it.
But say what you want about America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers, Yeah. Now, obviously, that doesn't include this audience. I understand that. You seem intelligent and perceptive, but the rest of them, holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint. And this ain't just ranting and raving. This ain't just blowing off steam. I got a little evidence to support my claim. It just seems to me that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it. It looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise. Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. A big fucking shopping mall. You know that? That's all you got. That's all you've got here, folks. Mile after mile of mall after mall. Many, many malls, major malls and mini malls. They put the mini malls in between the major malls. And in between the mini malls, they put the mini marts. And in between the mini marts, you got the car lots, gas stations, muffler shops, laundromats, cheap hotels, fast food joints, strip clubs, and dirty bookstores. America the Beautiful, one big transcontinental commercial cesspool. And how do the people feel about all this? How do the people feel about living in a coast-to-coast shopping mall? Well, they think it's just fucking dandy. They think it is cool as can be because Americans love the mall. They love the mall. That's where they get to satisfy their two most prominent addictions at the same time: shopping and eating. Millions of semi-conscious Americans day after day shuffling through the malls, shopping and eating, especially eating. Americans love to eat. They are fatally attracted to the slow death of fast food. Hot dogs, corn dogs, triple bacon cheeseburgers, deep fried butter dipped in pork fat and cheese whiz, mayonnaise soaked barbecued mozzarella patty melts. Americans will eat anything, anything, anything. If you were selling sauteed raccoons' assholes on a stick, Americans would buy them and eat them, especially if you dipped them in butter and put a little salsa on them. This country is big time, pig time. Forget the bald eagle. You know what the national emblem of this country ought to be? A big bowl of macaroni and cheese. A big bowl, because everything in this country is king size. King size, extra large, and super jumbo, especially the fucking people. Have you seen some of the people in this country? Have you taken a good look at some of these big fat motherfuckers walking around? Big fat motherfuckers. Oh my God. Huge piles of redundant protoplasm lumbering through the malls like a fleet of interstate buses. The people in this country are immense, massive bellies, monstrous thighs, and big fat fucking asses. And if you stand there for a minute and you look at one of them, you begin to wonder, how does this woman take a shit? How does she shit? And even more frightening, how does she wipe her ass? Can she even locate her asshole? She must require assistance. Are paramedics trained in this field? And standing right next to her, of course, with a plate full of nachos and a mouthful of pie is her clueless fucking husband, Joe Sixpack. With his monstrous swollen beer belly hanging dangerously out over his belt buckle, this guy ain't seen his dick since the Nixon administration. And if you stand there and you look at the two of them, you begin to wonder to yourself, do these people fuck? Is this man actually capable of fucking this woman? It doesn't seem structurally possible that these two people could achieve penetration. Maybe they're in that Cirque du Soleil or something. Telling you, the people in this country, every one of them is 50 pounds overweight. They are gargantuan. And in the summertime, God help us, in the summertime, they all want to wear short pants. Jesus, Lord, protector of all that is good and holy, deliver me from fat people in short pants. They all got short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Every one of them's got two dumb-ass kids with them. And the whole family is wearing T-shirts, and every one of them's got the same T-shirt. I'm with stupid. Apparently in this country, the stupids are an extended family. And besides wearing them T-shirts, everyone in the family's got on a backpack. They got a backpack strapped to their back so they can carry around lots of stupid shit. And the reason they got to carry their stupid shit strapped to their backs is because their hands must remain free at all times to hold food. And to get that food up to the mouth where it gets shoveled in with all the rest of the disgusting shit they ate that day. And another reason for the backpacks is these people are going to buy even more stupid shit. They ain't got enough stupid shit at home. They just had a stupid shit sale. They ain't going to buy more. They're going to go out in the parking lot and stuff this stuff into the big, fat, ugly, oversized SUV that's got plenty of room in it. Plenty of room in it for stupid shit and lots of room left over for these big, fat, ugly motherfuckers to get them home. Stopping, of course, for jelly roll and fried dough. These
Mhm. Oh, he should be back. Y'all let me know where we at. We should be back. And we just getting to the good part, you know. Y'all let me know we good on y'all end. Okay, come. So yeah, he was finna get to the consumerism. Come to what? So I'm gonna get this word consumerism, you know, because that's what America has become. All right, and it's nothing but a cash cow, you know, for corporation. So you get this term consumerism. Say consumerism is the idea that buying more goods and services is a good thing for the economy and for people's happiness. It can also refer to the practice of buying a lot of consumer goods. Okay? So this is why they push that the economy is based on people spending. Okay? No, the corporation profit is based on people spending. Okay? And even if they give people these stimulus checks, most people are going to spend stimulus check on dumb things. Okay, making corporations rich. If they give $5,000 in stimulus check, okay, 95% of their money is going to go right back to big corporations. Okay, they know this. That's why they don't care. All right, people are not going to take. Well, look, let's take these 5,000. You know, 10. Like you're not going to get 10 Jakes. That's going to say, look, let's take these 5,000. It's 10 of us. Let's get 50,000. Let's buy 10 acres of land. You know, let's start getting into agriculture. No, they're going to go buy consumer. They're going to go buy dumb shit. Okay, the highest cologne. Nigga gonna buy AR with a scope. All right, with the infrared. Okay, nigga gonna go put a down payment. Okay, he gonna go get a car note. He gonna get more debt. Okay, because it's a consumerism society. Okay, so consumerism is driven by advertising, mass media, and the market economy. Okay, where they enchant you to buy things. It influences people's desires for products and their purchasing power. It encourages people to spend money on things they don't need but want. You know, and he was going to get into that. You know, I maybe should have started it there. All right, well, I knew he went hard. They probably gonna, you know, they're gonna shut it down. You know, when he go hard, you know, he was just finna get to it. But this is the society that they bred in America, and the whole world breeds, okay, and sucks off. All right, America is like one big host. You know, the American corporations, the international corporations. All right, they're fed by the American consumerism society. You know, where people just buy. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's go here. Let's get this in Baruch. You know, like I said, we'll end it in here. All right, but let's see if I can find it. What's his name? George Carlin. I'll put the link in. Y'all want to watch the rest of it. He go in. Let's see. All right, so let's get this. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 30. This is from the brother Yahweh, the hopeful elect 3. It says, take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. And see, we're comforted. You see, this is hilarious, man. See you Americans spaz out. See you niggas finna lose. Okay? This is a comfort because we understand what this is leading to. Okay? A righteous kingdom is about to be established in the earth, man. Esau done had his run. He's the last heathen to ever be in power. And 2/3 of our people, this is the last time that they're going to be in this wicked condition that they're in, man. Okay, so this is laughable what we're saying, this, and we rejoice in this, man. All right, the pride of this place being broken. All right, you people are uncertain about what to do next. Okay, because you Israelites refuse to listen to the prophets. All right, and you Edomites, this is been a long time coming. Okay, Baruch 4:31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Okay, so all these devils, remember these pictures where Jake hanging and you got all these Edomites smiling, and you see, these were you Joe six-pack Edomites. Okay, all you Edomites are guilty, man. Okay, and you rejoice at the fact that Jake is in these lower states. Okay, your whole system, all right, is based off the labor and the mistreatment of Jake. You see, verse 32, miserable are the cities which thy children serve, miserable is she that received thy sons, man. And who received the bulk of us, man? America, man. That's why I say she, they're whore. Okay, and we're finna see America, the American society go through great miseries, man. You Americans finna suffer. And this is directly from the Lord. The Lord finna address this problem in the earth called America, man. From the elites, all right, to to you everyday Edomites, man. Verse 33 said, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation, man. And we're seeing the beginning phases of that, man. Because they're only going to cry out more and more, because it's going to keep getting worse and worse. Okay, because the Lord has the spirit on the elites, all right, to put pure hell on the masses, to try to enforce, all right, this NWO in the earth, man. Okay, this is verse 34 says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. And we're seeing this real time. Prophecy is speaking, man. This is the only thing. Prophecy is the only thing that can explain what's going on in real time. Okay, and it's explaining it with accuracy, man. All right, which proves that what he is. Okay, and his counsel gonna stand. So we're seeing pride being turned into mourning, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, it says, for fire shall come upon her from everlasting, long to endure, and shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. And that's these nukes and those chariots turn this place to a desert. Okay, but for us, man, verse 36, O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh from thee, all right, from the Most High. And this is our land. Okay, which that land is going to rejoice at the return, all right, of his people. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east and the west by the word, because we're being gathered by this word. There's going to be a physical gathering by Yahushua, which is the word, because it's even within the word, us being gathered, us being delivered. It says, from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. Yep. So, yeah, that's the point. We'll leave it there. All right. So, until next time, Lord will you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified. So next time I say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Ahavata, Salaki, Abab, Abal, Kwam Yashala.